Join discord.gg/flatearth and enter a check-in room. Someone will come along and verify you to get involved in the conversation about our Earth.
So, like, explain to me how, like, the Southern Cross constellation.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Adam. I apologize, Eli. Forgive me. I back off.
So, how does the Southern Cross work?
I think Adam said he was just going to grab a glass of wine. He'll be right back. So Adam will be right back to answer your question, Stickiermoss.
I'm back. I said I had to go. I had an empty glass. I'm not sitting here with an empty glass for no one. So,
yeah, that's never worth
the question again. Apologies.
What was the question on the table for Adam?
Yeah, ask your question again, Stickiermoss.
So, I mean, and it doesn't just apply to the Southern Cross, but how does celestial terrestrial navigation work below the equator?
Terrestrial navigation doesn't apply to the Southern Cross. It's like it doesn't apply to any luminary. The terrestrial navigation applies in the south of the equator, shall we say, just as it does anywhere else, based on trigonometry. And celestial navigation, south of the equator, relies on the same principles of in north of the equator, which is to have a known GP position of the star at a certain point in time. From there, you can do your calculation. I'm not sure. That's the same. That's the same on both a ball and a flat rendering of your understanding. There's no difference between both paradigms.
There's a big difference because south changes.
Who?
So when we look at the Southern Cross, it's all down, right? Outward, outbound, right? But we're looking at the same thing in the sky. How does that work? And you're able to locate yourself based on this completely opposite or opposing direction. So how do you navigate in any southern hemisphere?
Wait, when you think about this, are you thinking about that you're under the ball looking towards the sky, the Southern Cross, and if you go to the other side, you're above the ball looking at the north?
No,
you're on
I'm
the
just
ball, right?
So put the flat Earth flat, right? So get rid of any preconception there. The Southern Cross is always going to be the most outbound or almost outbound location, right? No matter where you look, it is in the direction of the wall, right?
Well, that's not true.
I mean, it is. It's south by southwest, so it's pretty much always going to be pointed outbound. And you're saying you can get a declination
pointed away. If you can locate it, yeah, correct. It's always going to be pointed away from the equator, i.e., not north. I'd agree with that.
So how are you able to figure out where you're at if the location of something can be across the planet and not in right in front of you? It's like looking at two directions at once.
What planet?
I want to try and address it, but I'm not sure.
Land
Could you just reiterate it, just so I can try and understand what you're asking.
Okay, so you flattened out the Earth, right? You got a Southern Cross constellation on one
Could we
side.
stop there? Could we just stop there? Why have I flattened out the Earth?
You're changing the subject. Explain why you'd ask that.
You said I flattened out the Earth.
Something and you took
Why have I
one.
got?
Right.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to get clarity from the beginning. So your first statement was you flattened out the Earth.
Right.
I'm not sure why have I got to flatten the Earth out? I've got a flat Earth. But I'm taking an elevation.
So you got a flat Earth. Okay, now we're on the same page. Now we understand the concept. You have a flat Earth.
No, hold on, Stickiermoss. Time out, everyone. Hold on, Stickiermoss. Be a little more amicable, okay? Because first of all, when he had an objection to what you,
hypothetically speaking,
sorry?
you flattened out the Earth.
Check this out. Here's the mute button. Now that you know who I am, be more amicable because he was rebutting your point and you cut him off to continue. If somebody has a rebuttal, you wait and you listen for it and see if it's justified or not. You don't just keep talking whenever the fuck you want.
I could re-ask the point of clarification I was asking for, if required. No, could you unmute him? So I can't.
Celestially, why is the Southern Cross heading redirection?
Oh, the Southern Cross in 3 different directions. Okay.
It is outbound. Doesn't matter where you're at, it's outbound.
So isn't this like the point where it's like, well, you're in these 3 different countries in the South, and obviously they're in 3 different directions, which is not the case in reality? Is that the argument? Or yeah, go ahead and clarify what you're saying.
Yeah, with the ball, it's pretty simple. It means it's under the ball, right? But we can't conceive that because we flattened out the Earth, and now the Southern Cross is in every direction. And he was just talking about triangulating off of celestial objects. Which
how is that
also
sequitur?
Exactly. So tell me.
No, how is your claim about seeing the Southern Cross in 3 different directions? First of all, you gotta justify that. Second of all, how is that sequitur to celestial navigation?
So, if the globe is above something, you will see it below it, just as we do, right? And below us is Antarctica, which is a big ice wall, I think, in your mind. It might not be. That's not a point. You want to talk about that? We can talk about that. But first,
no, we can't. We can't talk about all of the ways that you could potentially be bigoted, right? We could talk about all the ways that you could potentially be bigoted, or you could slow down and wait for a response. Yeah, no, don't assume that we think or believe anything.
You're interrupting my answer to your question. Amicably.
And that's step number 1. Now, your good point. I with all due respect, I asked you a question. How is it sequitur to celestial navigation?
Because it is a celestial object. A star is a celestial object.
That doesn't make it sequitur to the method of navigation.
That's not what you just...
What, because you didn't know that celestial navigation was a method before I added the word method?
How did you infer that? How did you infer I didn't know that?
Well, you just said I didn't say that before. All I did was add the word method.
I don't know if you're trying to confuse me or yourself.
No, I made it very clear. How is what you're talking about sequitur to the method of celestial navigation? Like we were talking about, like
Right.
taking
We're talking about
measurements
navigating off
off
a
the surface of
celestial
the earth.
object, right?
Okay.
And I thought I answered it. We're talking about navigating celestial objects. We're talking
Okay.
about constellation and Southern Cross, which
Mhm.
is a group of celestial objects.
Mhm.
And I don't see why you have a question.
No, what's your question or what's your point?
My point is you can't have something in multiple locations without
Who
it
said
being
it's in multiple
multiple
locations?
things.
Who said it's in multiple locations?
Observation. You see the Southern Cross south, right? In a southbound location.
But who said it's
So
in
how do you see it?
multiple
How do you
directions?
see it on the tip
That's
of
the question.
Africa and the tip of how do you see it in the tip of Africa, the tip of Australia, and the tip of South America? How do you see that?
And you look out in all those instances, what, south?
You're looking southbound on all of those locations, right? One location, one orientation, one azimuth, right? You're shooting an azimuth when you do
Like a measurement for that?
triangulation off of a celestial object. You need your azimuth. You need your azimuth. The mariner can tell you.
Yeah, no shit. So again, like you got some measurements or that you can cite or something from these 3 different locations?
That's a
Does
question.
anybody on the internet have any information on this, or you guys just talk about it all the time?
Eli, quick question. I'm not sure who the gent is we're talking to.
Yeah, I'm waiting on an answer. Appreciate all the questions, though.
Oh, you can go ahead. I just look. Make sure you don't step on Adam because he's new here, and I can tell he's trying to be reasonable. So relax.
People can shout if they wish. With regard to the Southern Cross, which is obviously a constellation unlike Polaris, does it hold a fixed position in the sky like Polaris?
Now, the orientation of the Earth is always fixed. So what do you mean by that?
You're
At a
roboting.
certain time, at a certain. No, I'm not roboting.
You're
The Earth is spinning,
roboting.
right? So no,
Roboting.
the answer is no.
Shut up, dude. You're roboting.
I don't know who I'm roboting, but it's a rotational system.
And it was a really
You got to
simple
explain
question.
yourself. You can't just say
Fire that many words. Hold on, Stickiermoss.
Sure,
Can you just start
sure.
over because you roboted out the whole time? He asked you a really direct question. It would have been a simple answer. Can you try again?
You're
You're gonna have to drop out and
spinning
come back.
and spinning.
All right, yeah. Just try to drop out and come right back in. That sometimes settles these audio issues.
What's
Yeah,
up, party people?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
drop out and come back in.
Hell yeah.
Yo,
What's my theme music?
we got a hey, you can't even say a new recruit. We done found a high level MasterCard laying around to put in our deck. As Adam is here.
The Adam Meekin returns.
I was letting them know that things kick off like in 3-4 hours, but looks like we're getting pretty full now. And I just wanted him to get the full experience of how the conversations go here.
Yeah, we got a crack-a-lackin' on Rumble. So if you don't know what Rumble is, it's a new streaming platform. It's a great place to be. So we're on that. It's for truthers, by truthers. So we're we're doing it big over there. We've been let loose, and so we're kind of like enjoying that, basking in the rays of like truth. So here's the link. I'm gonna put it in the live stream voice text. I've been plugging it all day, so we're still live streaming, by the way, over there. We're doing it all day long. We're knocking it out of the park. I'm trying to get to 100 followers, which is like the same thing as subs over there. I have 92, guys. 92. So if you aren't on there, get your ass
In
on.
2 days.
What are you doing?
2 days, 92 people. Congrats, man.
Yeah. And we've been steady at like 40 people watching the live stream, bro. Steady.
Out the gate. Nice.
I'm telling you, bro. We're spanking this monkey, but we got it going on like Donkey Kong. And we got the Adam Egan. Sorry, Adam, I'm gonna go and let you drop it. I was just kind of giving a quick plug to the channel.
I'm enjoying the plug. I'm enjoying it. Like Eli's been bigging you guys up, saying 2.0 means something. And it is. It's nice. I'm enjoying the little sound drops. I really like them. Want one of my own.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Get my saying, bro.
When I tell you that I don't know how the fuck he does it in real time. I mean, because it could be any, combination of things. It doesn't, and it just seems like he'll be able to hit the right button a millisecond after, somebody said something, and it'll be completely relevant. It's insane.
Use a much younger person's vernacular. It's dope, bro. Who's doing it?
It's called muscle memory. He already have the buttons in place. He has used them before. He knows where they are. And whenever something relevant, damn, Sonny.
Sorry.
Sonny, jump in right now while Jim's right in the middle of his sentence.
I know. I'm sorry. It was an accident, but it was timely.
I'm just saying that he has muscle memory because he's been doing it and he has everything set up. So whenever someone says and he clicked the button, it has to be relevant. It's not relevant 100% of the time, but it is mostly.
But I forget who's relevant. Was my question, not these level of relevancy.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's me, Adam. CB here at the top of the panel.
Kudos, mate. I've really enjoyed it. It's been really funny listening to it. So that's all I wanted to know. Who I had to say wicked to.
Yeah,
appreciate the shout out.
CB is he's almost a veteran, man. And because he's been here for a little bit less time than I have. He came in? When did you come in, CB?
Jan 2021.
Yeah. And then you got Heretic, whose name we've also been praising, and you see these guys about to get into a conversation. Yeah, just prop your feet up and watch them go. Yo, Miggy, can you play a clip from Heretic real quick?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and you know what? Creation Bear doesn't get a shout out too long. So, ladies and gentlemen, Creation Bear, CB, thank you for everything you do. We appreciate it.
Put some respect on my name. Bravo, respect.
Name, man. I'll tell you what, Heretic, are you there?
Yeah, I'm only slightly AFK. I'm here.
Bro, can you drop your clip or can you play it on the bot?
Okay, sure. 1 sec.
Put on. Bust out the fine china, dude. I want.
Should I take it with me? We went next door. The fucking chocolate mud hole pit, but he found some cool rocks.
Hey, Flat. Hey, mute your mic, bro. We're talking, bro. What's up with you? Damn, bro.
Let's let your goddamn tires.
Yeah, you're walking in here with your muddy shoes and you're talking all over my VC, bro. What's wrong with you, man? All right, go ahead.
Hey, just good.
Plumb line straight or curved?
Again, you're talking to me.
Are plumb lines straight lines?
So you're gonna mute me every time?
Are plumb lines straight lines?
Fuck you.
Are plumb lines straight lines?
Is the claim here that the pylons of the
Heretic, if you're going to keep talking over me, I'm not going to.
Are plumb lines straight lines?
Did your mother have children that lived?
Are plumb lines straight lines? You literally can't answer. Uh-oh.
A plumb line goes straight down.
It goes straight down. Okay. Goodbye, globe.
Oh, Ted. Explain your proof. Come on, dumbass. Explain your proof.
Right there.
Why are you so
As soon as you
angry?
start talking,
What, you going to refute the entire field of geodesy now? They don't say that plumb lines are straight lines. Guess you shouldn't have invoked that to prove a globe. Plumb lines are curved lines. Now you're saying they're straight and they tilt away from each other. Well, not on the globe model, they don't. So I guess we're done here.
are we? You think you've won? It's amazing, heretic. You know what?
Yeah.
That's why my
You don't even know what the plumb lines you're trying to prove the tilt of are in the paradigm that you're trying to use them to prove. So yeah, we're done.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Come get some, boy.
Shout out to Heretic.
Yeah, man.
Those are heretical things to be saying in this day and age of globe.
How dare you say plumb lines aren't curved?
Exactly.
I've been joking about a top 15 rankings for the best speakers in the live stream. I mean, this might ruffle some feathers, but who cares? I think I think our friend Heretic is definitely easy top 15. Easy.
I said top 7, and I said, whoa. And then I said, maybe.
I mean, there's some heavy hitters in here. So,
And I'm not
it's
talking
gonna be a
about
tough
all
list.
time. I'm not talking about all time. I'm talking about currently.
Current?
Because,
Okay.
you know, sometimes we got to have the all-time list, and sometimes we got to have the list for those who are putting in work right now.
The
So
pound for pound list and then the current.
Yeah, the
All right,
pound
I
for
got
pound,
you.
bro. I like that. Pound for pound. Like it.
Can I just double check, guys? Can I just double check? Did I just hear the words in order? Are plumb lines straight lines? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was he so triggered about that?
No, dude.
I guess
Well,
he
maybe
knew that
a
the
plumb
answer
line
wasn't.
could maybe
Yeah.
a plumb line could be curved if you stuck it on a piece of paper, took your pencil, and drew a circle around it. That would be a curved plumb line.
I think that the answer had severe implications for his claim either way. That was the problem. So it was like, fuck you.
I've heard that before, but anyway, that's good.
now, you know what's crazy, Adam? Remember we were talking about, you know, the celestial spirit model just, you know, having it's basically like a hamburger. You know, you got a patty on the top, and you got the patty on the bottom. This guy's talking about on a flat earth, the Southern Cross to be in 3 different directions, or yada yada, or some shit. If the earth were flat, I suppose, as he was trying to straw man us with. And it's like, well, fam, actually, if we would like one of the things that got somebody super triggered was this citation here. Hold on. It's the one that 10th man actually got. And it's the one that says it may be a bit confusing for beginners. 1 second. It may be a bit confusing for beginners to imagine the celestial equator and the related declination. A really simple way to picture this is to replace the sphere of the Earth with a flat circular platform on which the telescope stands. The platform has the size of the Earth's equator and the axis is the polar axis. Even when moving the telescope any place on this disk, the declination of the object will always be the same. Famous Andromeda Galaxy M31 can, for example, always be found at deck 41 degrees 16 whatever. This is independent of which. Anyway, the rest of that doesn't matter. But like, I mean,
That's talking about stepping into the skies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the point of setting up the EQ mount is to align you to equivalent angle of the way the stars are moving relative to you. That first part of the EQ mount is to do that. That stays fixed after you've done that. Never need to touch it again. Then you can use your other twisty bits, or simply, to navigate with that fixed position, you keeping fixed, and your angle to the stars fixed. You can then navigate with separate designation of RA and E, which allows you to then move the telescope within that sphere of reference frame, and that then allows you, because as I said earlier, because of precession, we need to fix that date. It's really important to fix that date each year because that's the point of reference. When you step onto the map, sort of thing. So that's why we can then use RA&D, but that's also then universal. You can then talk to another person that stepped onto the map on a different part of the plane and reference using RA&D, and they can find it if it's within their visible sphere. So it's instead of having to describe it longitude, latitude, and elevation angles and sort of things, locate yourself. You're no longer doing any of that. You're now just stepping into the celestial sphere, and that you use RA&D to describe that, and that becomes universal. Like I say, with the if you're setting up an EQ mount wherever you are, once you've set it up correctly, then you're able to describe the coordinate system using RA&D. I still have the question. I don't know if the person's back yet. I ended with, which was does Southern Cross change its position in the night sky?
Yeah, he bounced. Because the people who leave quick, they really just kind of have one point. So they probably came from like McToons or something, saw an argument, and then came here to ask us to explain. And then when we're like, well, actually, who said that what you're saying is what we're saying? And then they kind of like try to force us to answer it. And then we're like, who here claimed that what you're saying is what we're saying? And they just kind of leave. So he was going to leave regardless. He probably wasn't going to answer anything.
Tags! What is your profession?
See, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.